Yo, what's up, everybody? This is another episode of First Class Interviews. Uh, I am lucky to have a good friend of mine, Miss Tia. I got to get used to saying your new name, Gravely, right?
Yep.
Right, okay. I know her as Tia Wilson, but she got married. She's married now, so you gotta change her name up, switch it up, And a lot of you guys know her as Chemist T, as you see on the bottom of the screen. So how you doing?
I'm good. Glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here too.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for a minute.
For a grip.
Now, what a lot of people don't know is that you were one of the first people I did an ad for.
Oh, okay. I do remember you told me that. Yeah.
So definitely long time coming, and we talked about even trying to set up an interview or something like that then. So
Yeah.
it's definitely good to finally get you down here, and welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm
So
happy to be here. It's my pleasure.
cool.
Yeah.
Now this is not your first podcast, correct?
It's not. I did Legendary People with Peanut and Schmidt, and that was nice. I was really nervous. It was my first one. And then after I did that, I was like, I gotta hit up my boy Eric. I know everybody don't call you that, but
It's okay.
okay.
It's certain people that it's like I kind of expect it, and then it's other people I kind of look at like, don't call me Eric.
You don't even know me by that.
Like when I hear somebody say Eric, I immediately get scared. Like I don't know why, because most people do not call me by my government
like
name.
some power type Eric.
Like no, just I'm walking in the store like just for like it was somebody I went to school with, and she was in the car with her dude, and was just like, "Hey Eric," and I'm like, I get to looking around. I'm like, "Oh Lord, somebody know me." Like, because when I was walking into the liquor store, but so I'm like, "Oh Lord," so I get to looking around. And then I see her and I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? You know what I mean? I'm like, you can't just be yelling out my government name like that. Like, what? No. But like I said, for most people, that's what I expect.
I mean, it's crazy how it's like that for men, but it's not like that for women. Women you call Shanae. Hey girl.
Right.
Shanae Cooper.
I don't know, just growing up like in the city and just in the urban community is more about a nickname. And especially with guys, it's like this is what everybody call me. So, and that's usually like speaking of that, like that's usually when it comes to like relationships. It's like no, a female is usually I'm not gonna call you what everybody else call you. I'm gonna call you by your name. Like I like your name. You feel me? Like which I always thought was weird, but hey.
Yeah, because for a woman, and I'm sorry, we get all the way off in the beginning of the interview, but for a woman, it's like we want to have that specialty. Like, this is what I call you, whether it's your government name or a nickname. Like, I call my husband Joey, and my sister and them make fun of me because of that. And he don't really like it because when we went on our cruise some years ago, um, they couldn't speak English very well. They were from the Philippines. And she kept saying Joey, and his name was written as Joe, Joe. And she kept saying Joey, party of two. And we sitting there like, we ain't Joey.
Right.
Like, so we finally went up there like, you mean Joe? She's like, yeah, Joey. So they see it as Joe E.
Right.
And ever since then, I'm like, Joey. Like, hey, Joey. So,
well, we technically not really getting off track from the interview because I always do it. When I do my interviews, we always start off with some type of icebreaker. Especially when I got people that's a little bit newer to the podcasting game. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. So, this is kind of one of our icebreakers. Now, it was great because it just happened authentic. So, which is always a plus when it comes to doing this type of work. But I know you mentioned this is your second one you were just on with Peanut. And their cast is called what again?
Legendary People.
Legendary People, correct. I remember it had Legendary in it, but I don't want to mess their name up. But shout out to them. We're gonna have to collab one day.
Yeah, they're super dope. Like,
because this is their first little year or first go around with it, isn't it?
It is big year, big go around. It was intense, and I'm glad I got to do it and really be transparent. because that's what I really want to do with the world is to tell them all of the good, but also the bad. Because a lot of people don't like to tell the bad because it makes them look bad to tell the bad, but the bad is what got you to the good. So,
Yeah, I used to say something like that to my mom.
like
Uh,
what? Like,
like little stuff like she'll like, well, I'm telling you this because I don't want you to go down this type of road.
right.
But I'm like, well, if it's handed to me, then how am I going? I'm not going to learn anything. And I'm looking at the people that I look up to. It's like you are who you are because of the things that you had to go through. So it was one of those back and forth conversations that me and my mom used to have. And I just realized that you and her got the same birthday.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about that
Yeah.
a while back. Yeah.
Yeah. See?
Cinco de Mayo.
And
Big
that's
ups.
and that's why we cool. All right,
Yeah.
that's why we cool. It's in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Taurus, in the crib.
Little stubborn, bullheaded, sensitive. I'll be crying all the time.
Always right. You know.
I cried at the job. I'm like, I just, why did they just get off the phone with me?
And I'm a Cancer, and a lot of people think I'm extra emotional, but I'm really not.
Right, cancers are emotional.
Yeah, we are, but we actually hide it quite well too.
Quite well. Y'all go back into your little shell. You got a hard shell, but on the inside it's like soft.
Oh yeah, but don't tell nobody though.
What you
So I
mean?
usually, speaking of icebreakers, I got some of these pod deck cards.
I'm looking like, what are you shuffling over there? Don't. Oh, okay.
So when you're doing, like, I was just researching stuff. It's this guy I follow on Instagram. He help people try to have just updated, new, exciting content.
Okay.
So, and I figure with some of these cards, they bring up some okay questions to where
Okay.
it's not too deep. You can get a little bit more comfortable. Like I said, you're a natural, so I'm gonna just pull one.
Ooh.
All right. So, we're not gonna do four. What are three things they might not know about you?
Uh, hmm. Three things. Okay. Um.
Now, if you don't want to, you ain't got to get dark or nothing. But
No, I'm trying to dig light. You. My son's father went to Dunbar. Um,
boo.
I'm going to Detroit on Sunday.
Okay.
That's a good one. And let's see. My husband and I are trying to have a baby.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Now, four things that people may not know about me.
Mhm.
That's hard. We're trying to be not dark. Um,
Right. That part. Because it's easy to be like, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of dark. I mean, I got high blood pressure. Some people might know that. Some people might not. I don't know.
Well, what is that? Why do you consider that dark?
Because it is. If I really told you, the
Why?
numbers, yeah. If you heard the numbers, you low.
I've been
Yeah.
telling you.
It's okay. People been telling me for years. It's all right. YOLO. Um, what else? I've been doing the podcast. I'm going into 4 years of doing podcasting.
Okay.
It'll be 4 years exactly in January.
Awesome.
So I started in January, so that way it was easier to keep the calendar date.
Right, right, right.
But yeah, so we're creeping on 4 years. Um, and I'm getting ready to start a morning show, probably the first of the year as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So, kept delay. But so just digging in a little bit deeper into chemistry.
Mhm.
So one, just the name itself. How and why did you come up with the name like that? Because it's definitely like, I don't know, it pops out. Like I like it.
I like it too. And I don't get credit for that. Like my homegirl Tierra Town, shout out to Tierra. She a co-hairstylist. She do anything. Clip, curl, roll, bun. And me and her work together at Serenity. Not Serenity, Infinity on Salem. And I was going to school to get my degree in chemistry, and she would call me Chemist T, like Chemist T in the building, Chemist T, and it really, I'm like, girl, that really got a ring to it, like Chemist T, and yeah, that's she's it. She's the reason why. Like, I can't wait to blow up. I'm gonna cut her a check, like, boom.
Facts, facts. Like, yeah, I thought that was dope. So, as far as the chemist side, like, what's the chemist side about?
So the chemist side is basically taking the time to understand the manipulation of the ingredients that we use, because it's easy to do anything organic. You know, you throw oils together, put a couple drops of essential oils in it and make it organic. However, when it comes to actually formulating something that can fuck some shit up,
Mhm.
that takes some brains. And the chemist side of it as well, I put pictures up of my lab, is really knowing the techniques, like the lab techniques and safety, and using different, what do you call, like equipment, like separatory funnels and filters and
Just
things like
protocol.
that. Yeah. So that part really comes into play with it. And I just created a chemical product. I can't really disclose because of non disclosures, but major though.
Okay, congratulations. I can't wait to where it can be.
I won't be able to still say anything.
For how long?
It's indefinite
Mm.
because I value my customers' privacy, my clients' privacy.
Okay.
And I'm like the backhand man. Like, I'm
Mm.
behind the scenes. So when they go and push their product out, they the front line, they do their marketing, they do what they need to do. I'm behind the scenes like Procter and Gamble. Like, you never knew Procter and Gamble made pink lustrous moisturizer, stuff like that. Like,
Hmm.
you never knew Procter and Gamble made Johnson Johnson, for those who don't know. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm like Procter and Gamble of Johnson and Johnson.
Okay, I
Yeah.
got you. All right. Well, whenever it drops, just like shoot me the link and then kind of give me a wink emoji. Like, hey,
Check this
that's the one. So we can keep everything under wraps.
out. Right?
But no, that's dope, man. That's real dope. Um, and it's great to see that somebody and people that we grew up with, going to school with, or went to school with, um, out here doing this whole entrepreneurial type of journey. You know what I'm saying? Coming up with their own businesses, trying to push their own businesses, clothing lines, shoes, hairstylists, salons, like cosmetics.
Mhm.
Uh, it's really a dope sight to see, and it's one of those things I also used to tell people too. I'm like, when we was growing up, a lot of these older folks used to look down on our generation,
Yeah,
like, oh nah,
we
yeah,
were doomed.
yeah, like y'all gonna kill us all. Like, but it's like,
Yeah,
nah. Now if you look at it, we are the generation that's thriving the most. You know.
because you got to look at that timeline, right? Okay, so I think about it with me growing up in the hood, right? I think about it like the dope boys who I was under, right, were products of the 80s
Hmm.
and a little bit of the 70s, right? So they were in that era where it was millions and millions and millions of dollars going in. You know, who's to say that they ain't? But with us coming up under them, it was like they taught us the game a little bit, but pushed you need to go to school because everything dropped. It ain't like what it used to be, where it used to be everybody just balling out of control. Everybody. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? It's like now you got to be smart about it. You got to make sure you white collar, blue collar, black collar, whatever collar you need to be, and have four different streams, and don't just settle, for, oh, I'm not going to graduate from high school, or I'm not going to go to college. Like, you still got to have a hustle then. Like, what you going to do?
Right.
So I think that was really pushed in the hood, and people don't get a hood credit for that. Like,
They do, but the thing is, the only difference is like with hood credit, it's not known credit.
mm,
So you can walk in the hood all day and get all the credit you need, but outside of that, nobody is going to understand that
mm,
these entrepreneurs, these young millionaires out here are got most of their characteristics from in the hood. They're not
or
gonna
were
know that.
pushed.
But then, like, if it's mentioned, then it just feels like it's not a good look. Like, oh well, this person from the projects from Chicago made it out. Like, why did you have to say it like that? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, why couldn't you just say I came from Chicago? Why I got to be from the projects of Chicago?
Because it's like, they got to put that in there because when you say you from the projects,
Hmm?
it make it that much more worth it
Yeah, it's
to
like
me versus it
it
being a
does.
silver spoon.
It does. It just makes it to me. It just sounds worse when you see it in the media. Now, like with especially when it comes like I'm not racist. I love my white folks, man. I love my
Shout
Caucasians,
out to the
and
Caucasians.
that's what I call them. I call all my white friends my
My
Caucasian
white
people.
chocolate.
I don't do that. I just say my Caucasians. And then so as soon as somebody be like, nah, you racist, I'm like, all right, wait. And then I call my Caucasian friends. And I'm like, aren't you my Caucasian
Your
friend?
let me be your Caucasian friend, because they be saying this about white people. People be like, "Oh, I got black friends," and then it be the guy who's like gothic,
Yeah.
and they say that's not what we're talking about
Yeah.
when you say black friends. So
Uh
he can't be looking like Eminem with the hairline
see, okay.
and
Well
the
his hair
grill.
his hairline is bad. He doesn't have a grill. But did he used to wear fitted hats and bang Young Dolph in the car and had bass? Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
a lot of Caucasians bang young
And
dog.
then I also got another friend that looked like a Duck Dynasty guy. That's the ones they talking about. I got one. Yeah, I got one.
Several.
But it's just when that white media says it that just makes it kind of cringy to me.
Okay.
Like now, if it's me and I'm sitting here and I'm telling somebody's backstory, like, hey, my dude came out the slums, da 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 da, and I'm showing props to it. I feel like it sounds better coming from me because I understand it. Now, just hearing it off of somebody's lips that I know don't understand, they just reading it because somebody else wrote it for them, then it just comes off differently to me.
Oh, my brain just went 1,000 ways with that because it's like, do it sound better coming from you? Do you minimize yourself to not be as big as those other broadcasters?
Hmm.
I feel like it still come off big when
Mm-hmm.
you say it, no matter if you from there or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You say y'all bumped elbows, but it's always best when it come from the source. So I do feel it when you say they just going off of what they wrote down, like when they ain't got the source there to back it up or to say like, yeah, this is what happened, it definitely makes it look bad. Like, oh, a little black boy from the hood, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So in the same context, you're not small to be saying that it sounds better coming from you because you're not as broad as you feel the others are.
Right.
Just keep that in mind. My thought.
That's cool. That's cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
One, because as far as I'm concerned, like I try to remain really humble.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and doing all of this different stuff definitely keeps you humble. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you make some headway and you want to pat yourself on the back, you see a problem or you see another goal that you want to achieve, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
let me wait. All right, cool.
I
I
feel
got
it.
some more work to put in.
I feel it.
So speaking of more work to put in and just the grind itself, like, is it hard for you to balance like your career and like just would keep pushing and keep grinding and just trying to blow that part of your life up?
Absolutely. It's really hard. And I had to realize that I had to scale back because I was doing a lot, but not getting a lot done.
Mm,
Like having all these products out and, trying to reach out to all these people and get them to buy products that really was taking me too much time to generate and not generating enough money for the time.
right.
And so I really had to scale back. Like, if you notice, I don't post nothing on my Facebook, my Instagram. Like, it's all old pics for right now because my clients that I have are solid and the contracts are solid. So I realized that's what I need to focus on, like my bulk. Like, when I'm doing my 200 item contracts or my 50 item contracts versus trying to worry about one thing that I don't have the capacity to focus on right now, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So, shout out to all my clients. Like, y'all legit, y'all real, and I really am working on my quality versus quantity.
Mhm.
And so that's where I'm at with it. And it is hard. It's hard to juggle. So that's why I had to scale back. because I do work 3 12-hour shifts basically. And then I'm off 4 days, and those 4 days I'm off, I still gotta get my house together. I gotta run errands, and
Be a wife.
yeah, I gotta be a wife.
Right.
I gotta make sure I cook and clean and
And
all
people
that.
don't know being a wife is a hard job.
It's a lot.
So they say. So they say. No, I'm just playing.
I
I'm
enjoy
joking.
it though, like, and it's certain stuff like being a wife. It is a lot because it's certain stuff that I try to save. My husband, he'll be trying to let me do my part, and I'm like, stop. Like, I want to do it because it's certain stuff that I save for marriage, like to say, okay, I'm going to do this in my marriage. But it's to keep, because anything can happen. You can get that one phone call or that one house visit or that one order that might come through the consultation, that throw everything off because now it's business.
Right.
Now it's like I got to put the wife to the side to be Kim's T because this is what makes it go
Everything
around. You
work.
know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, it definitely works like that. I get it. It's been certain different things with my journey that I try to scale back on, or some stuff I try to push a little bit harder. Um, but it definitely can get overwhelming. So I definitely can understand that, especially when you said as far as doing more quality work over quantity. So a lot of people feel, especially if you're new to the game or just entering the game or whatever the case may be, maybe you might have been doing it for a while. You still might be thinking that is that if the more I got, the better I'm doing, and that's really not the case all the time. So uh like I could sit here and say, "Oh man, I do 9 shows a week." Well, we rolling. I'm on this. I'm on this, but then I could be drained. The content cannot really be good content. I might not be doing my research on 2 of the shows. I'm just on there talking,
Right.
and then it's like, all right, well, what are you? Yeah, you on 9, 8, 9 shows, but what are you really doing?
I wish I had my computer here to Google the guy. I don't know his name, and I'm really bad with names, okay? But I know he's an older black guy who has gray hair and a beard, and I listen to him a lot.
Sounds like me. I'm
Yeah,
just
but
not. I'm just not the
like,
older. Like it's probably me. It's first class. It's okay.
boy, bad. It ain't you. You ain't that gray.
What
But
I am, they just in locks now, so it just looks a lot better. But nah, I'm like at least 55% gray.
oh, so cute.
Whatever. Now it's cute. But I've been going gray since I was in the 8th grade.
Yeah, my husband too. He's 100% gray. Like he's only 47, 48.
Hmm.
Like, and he's 100% gray. And it's like, oh, he looks so much older than he is, but his face just still young. But anyway,
Are you talking about Kevin Samuels? Is that the person that you
that's not legit. Did you just pull it up?
see? We got comments.
Boom. Okay, so
See,
he
you
said,
see
you
why we
see,
got our fan base is nice, man. They be
foul.
on there like, hold
Thank you
on.
to the fans. Shout out to the fans. Whoever said that. Hey, what's their name?
I believe it's my brother. See, with the way it's pulling up, it just say Facebook user, but
Okay.
it's probably my brother because he usually Johnny on the spot like
Johnny on
that.
the spot. So he basically said the pace to success is slowly. Like, because he was basically explaining the faster you go, the faster you crash.
Mm-hmm.
When you doing too much just as quickly as you get it and as quickly as it come, you can lose it just as quickly. But when you take your time, it's like with anything, if you rush spaghetti, it's gonna taste like some rushed spaghetti. Like versus if you take your time, chop up the vegetables nicely, add that little special seasoning to it, it comes out better for the greater good. So yeah, that sounds about right. He came to Wright State one year when I was there, my sophomore year.
Okay, cool. Well, no, I mean, yeah, like I said, like it's definitely a push, and a lot of people get it misconstrued. So all I usually tell people, just find out what works best for you. Sometimes people have the amount of time, space, and capacity to work at a high rate, so but usually those same people are going to still add more to their plate.
not only that, sometimes people, because it's one thing when you got good quality and the traffic comes. Some people got traffic that comes and forces them to have to push it out quick, which is cool because that means you did something right when it take off and
Right.
that traffic.
You just got to be ready for
You
it.
got to be ready, and you got to be. That's why when you do it slowly, it's like you taking your time to really look through all the process and everything. And so along the way, you might not make as many mistakes. But when you got that traffic, though, you got to keep up with it. Because I remember one time my traffic was so heavy, then my assistant quit. I'm like, oh man, it left me in the bind. So yeah.
Yeah. I just lost my whole train of thought. I'm sorry.
I have that effect on people. It's okay.
Yeah, me too. So what a lot of people don't know is that we grew up together,
Yeah.
so to speak. We went to middle school together.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had to leave and go to that school that I don't name.
Oh, okay. Dunbar?
No,
Yeah. Wolverines? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I gotta be. It's just the way it works. And then I went to Meadowdale. Lions. Real quick, that black and gold one time. But yeah, so just growing up, going to Kaiser back in the day, and just thinking about how wild we was for one, like really bad, like for real, like
it was bad. You remember Peanut from Kaiser then, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a lot of us that I grew up with that's doing stuff now, and I'm looking like you used to be this little bad kid in class there. And I know people looking at me that same way, like you used to be the kid sleep in class or talking too much or getting in trouble or whatever the case may be. But it's like, the way life has taken us, you know what I'm saying? So, and then here we are, and everybody is on a different journey, which is dope. Are you still in contact with a lot of different friends from school, just growing up, middle school, high school? Are you still in contact with some people?
Mm-hmm.
From middle school, like anybody I remember?
Yeah. Essence.
Yeah.
Tasha.
Of course.
Like those are they my people.
I gotta say it for podcast purposes.
Oh, okay. So Tasha Essence, those my like close knit tight, put them under in the head like from middle school though. That I didn't go. I mean, I'm basically when I see people like Tasha White, she went to Dunbar though.
Tasha White sounds familiar.
Tasha White. So you remember Quinn White?
Yeah.
His sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's on Facebook, so I be commenting on her posts and stuff. India's on Facebook. I mean, Marcus Hayslip. Let's see. Red, God rest his soul. Like he passed away, unfortunately, and that was my first boyfriend. Crazy.
Hold on, really?
Yeah, that was my first boyfriend, Richard Poe.
What? How do I not know that?
How do you not know that? Because how do you not know that?
Did I know that?
He snuck into my house in 8th grade, and my mom came home, and he jumped off the roof because I lived in Denver Manor, right next to the office, and so outside of my window was the roof to the office and daycare. And he jumped out my window, jumped off the roof, and my mom came home for like 5 minutes, bro, and she was gone for hours after that.
See, that's how wild we was. Oh my god!
But listen though, wait, he broke his wrist, and that's the only way we got caught.
I remember when he broke his wrist.
He broke his wrist jumping out of my window.
But I don't think I ever got the real story on what happened. I could have and just forgot, but.
I mean, yeah, he wasn't going around. He was a hot-headed he was bad.
Oh yeah, I remember a lot of because I think me and him rode the same bus.
Yeah, he was a mess, but he kind of would tell it, but it wasn't like it was like we was trying to keep the secret, but him being a boy, like
whatever. I
was in your room.
Hey, but the thing is, us being guys and being boys growing up like that, we actually keep more secrets than we tell for real.
Ain't that it?
Like. Y'all, we don't really let them all go. You know what I'm saying? it might be a couple of solid friends. It's like, hey, listen, don't tell nobody else, but I'm about to tell you. Like, this is what really happened. Like, so I don't know.
You got any stories like that?
Middle school wise, nah. You know me, I was, straight narrow kid. Yeah, that's not believable.
No, not for real, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
I was cool. I,
You
I
was
just
cool. You
I
was.
just played football and went to class, went to sleep, go play football, go home, play
You did
sports.
sleep a lot. You slept in class a lot. I do remember that part.
Because I used to be on the phone all night.
Bruh, you ain't got no game.
I don't.
Okay, so other people who I know from middle school. Maisha Carter.
My sister.
Yeah. I see Maisha Taylor. We just added each other on Facebook.
Okay.
I thought she grew up to be a really beautiful woman. What?
Nothing. I was just thinking, like, because Maisha Carter, like, I know I say my sister, but we not actually related.
Oh, yeah,
but
I know that.
But a lot of people didn't know. Like,
Oh,
especially
really?
when we was in school, like, she used to be like brother. I used to be like sister all the time. You know what I mean? And everybody legit thought we was related. Like if we had something like after school or whatever, it's like, why are y'all getting in two separate cars? Like,
Yeah.
that's not actually my sister. Like, I don't live with her.
So Amanda Smith, Tasha, her and I had like a luncheon sometime. Who's on Facebook? Ebony Hickman, Nakia Williams. Remember, that was my little clique. I had a little clique in middle school.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't like I was the ringleader or anything, but it was me, Nakia Williams, Ebony Hickman, and Tiffany. What was her last name? The little short Tiffany, light skin, real
Sherelle.
Tiffany Sherelle. She used to date Jameson.
I don't know, man. I don't remember who anybody used to date.
And Chantal Bendall.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still usually, it was me and one person, me and Ev. Mm-hmm. That was it.
Oh, Jamar Moten.
Oh yeah, Mo. I used to kick it with Mo all day. Mitch.
Yep. Mitch, he married to my best friend.
Yeah, so I still talk to some of those guys when I can, or at least try to give my guys their flowers while they still here.
Right. Say that.
Me and Ev still continue, to rock it out.
Oh yeah.
Like we went to high school. He's doing good. He just got engaged.
Awesome.
He just got engaged.
He deserved it because he was with somebody for the longest time. I just knew they was gonna get married.
Nah.
Yeah.
See, that's my brother. Like,
yeah.
my A1 day one.
I remember I saw you that one year. We ain't gonna name names, but I was with somebody over here on Salem, and you was with Ev, and we was over there outside smoking.
I don't remember.
Pocahontas.
I still remember.
Bruh, we just talked about this. How you don't remember?
I drink too much.
Okay. We just talked because we talked about
how yeah.
We was in high school.
Yep. But Ev doing cool. I hit him up over the holidays. Yeah. So he's doing all right. It's just crazy, just like I said, watching everybody get older. We done seen a lot of friends come and go on the early side of life. So it's just kind of great to still be able to talk to some of the friends that are still here. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I still greatly appreciate you coming down and chilling with me and doing this interview with me.
Yeah.
But what about your music taste? So they say pretty girls like trap music. So what's you a trap, R&B?
I'm the one friend out of the group.
My bluegrass.
I like jazz and I like R&B and I like old school, like super old school, like 70s, 80s, 60s even. Like that's what
like I blues, to. Like 60s, 70s blues,
like,
or
rhythm and blues.
Okay. Same thing.
And no, it's not.
Technically.
No, it's not. No,
technically.
It's not. There is history behind that. If you not slandered the name of either. But So when I be out with my homegirls, we going to the club. They be in the car like da 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 da. They be on Snap, all the words. I'll be in the back. This is me.
Don't know nothing. Stay
Don't
right.
know shit.
Just stay right there.
I just stay right here, like I do all this, but no clue what the lyrics are. So and a lot of that is because the lyrics these days are heavy on one. So I really try to be cautious of the information that I allow to enter my brain because it really can alter your actions. So
I don't believe that.
oh, you should. Like because the one thing that enters your soul uninvited is music. Because although you may not be super listening to it and trying to hang on to every word, you still hear it. So that's why people play crunk music when they go into the club because it make you wanna
but then as soon as you walk in, you holding the wall.
Yeah,
so you just
still be feeling like
but you just getting hyped with your friends. So it's like okay, it makes it cool because you getting hyped with your friends. But
who hugging the wall? Because I dance.
I wasn't talking about you.
Yeah, make that clear.
I wasn't talking about you. But I'm just saying most females, at least growing up, will be, oh, okay, we hugging the wall. Knowing that you was just hyped the whole way about what you about to do, you about to turn up, whatever. Like, no, as soon as you get in there, now you too pretty to dance. Like, I mean, guys do the same thing, but the reason why I say I disagree, it might be just the mindset of certain individuals. But like for me, I can listen to crump music or, trap music or whatever, but it's not clicking in my mind to, okay, I'm gonna go sell some drugs or commit a crime. Now, do those thoughts pass through my brain? Of course, like product of my environment. But at the end of the day, I still got to make a decision. Like, all right, is that the life I'm trying to live or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, some people take that stuff to their head, but I also think those are more weak-minded individuals. So it's like, all right, cool. Like it's like music helps whatever mood or situation you in, of course. But I think overall, can it sway your intentions or whatever you're trying to do? I don't think so.
Well, I won't put it that far. But I mean, for every song, there's a vibe, right?
Right.
When you trying to smash or you just trying to set the mood, you play that Isley Brothers in between the shit. You know what I mean? And it's
no, we are not that old. We don't have to play Isley Brothers. I will. I like the Isley Brothers. Don't throw nothing at me. I like the Isley Brothers. Don't get me wrong. I will play that.
So
but at first, I'm probably not gonna play that. Like,
bruh, you are so off what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so I still stuck at the old part. So when you play the Isley Brothers or whatever you play, J. Cole or whoever, Summer Walker, that's my girl. It sets a tone. It sets a mood. And when you hear that crunk music, you feel like, so it's not even to say that, okay, you're going to go out and sell dope or be a stripper or you're going to go out and be trying to seduce everybody. However, that music, when it enters your ears,
that's how it makes you feel at that moment.
Like you feel a little bit like, okay, maybe we need to be up in the club.
So like, at this moment, I feel like a stripper.
Yeah. Now, it can linger.
Yeah.
It can linger. It can be that, like, what's that song I heard? Then you start listening to it and you start feeling it like, dang, I've been there, bro. Like, dang, I feel
that happens. That happens a lot, especially when you like, what I find funny is that now the older I get, I listen to older songs that we, grew up with. And then it's like, oh my God, this is what he was saying the whole time. Like, I never understood this song until now. But I don't know. When it comes to music, I like old school. I like, I try to listen to some current stuff, but it just depends on who it is. It depends on what crowd of people I'm around. Sometimes people be sitting here like, man, let me get the aux cord because we've been listening to your stuff like for the last 3 weeks. Let me play something like,
hey,
all right, cool.
But like my husband, his playlist is off the charts. Like, but he don't listen to rap stuff. He listens to more of that neo soul. Like, he be having these songs.
See, I like neo soul.
Love it, right? But then when we have company, which I said I'm gonna start having more parties at the house, but the last time we had a party, we were using it, and it was neutral for the party. However, it wasn't crunk enough. And
Right.
because we don't be knowing the super turned up music, you play one song and then take off to this one, this one, this one, that one. They be
And it's over after that.
yeah.
And then if you switch back up, everybody gonna be like, "Oh
Oh
man,
yeah,
y'all
it's time
watch
to go
out, hold
home.
on, like is y'all trying to kick us out now? Like we just got the party, just got up there."
I got my bridal shower. It was at the house. And one of my guests was like, all I heard was be this it, ate at it. I was like, I'm trying to get y'all turned. You know, woman of God, she like,
Hey, it be like that sometime. Now, like my bachelor party was a great night, great fun
What
time.
y'all do?
We play video games.
Play video games.
Yeah, me and my brothers, we chill, got a bottle, we play video games. Great experience.
What else was? Did y'all have a lot of guests there?
It was just us. We play video games, read the Bible.
You could have left the read the Bible part out.
Hey, listen. Just saying.
Damn weak.
It was great times. Great fellowship.
I bet it was.
Great
I tried to
fellowship.
get my husband to have a bachelorette party or a bachelor party. He really did. I tried to get his guys to like kick him out a little bit,
Mhm.
but that's cool. He did go out several times, but the night before, he definitely they went to the bar and had bourbon and had a good time. So
I mean, to be honest, it's a lot of fellas like that's literally how they feel. Like a brother of mine when he had got married, he was the first one for real. So we like, hey yo,
doing
we
it
about to
big.
do this. So we talking with him. He like, nah, we ain't got to do none of that. I can come to your house, male and females, my friends, everybody can come through. We can sit down and play dominoes, spades,
Yeah.
kick it, chill, freestyle, whatever we let's just kick it. I just want to kick it.
See, my husband, he's a type guy. Like when he goes out, he knows how to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So if he not prepared to really have that good time that he know how to have,
He not
ain't
going.
out.
Right.
But when I say for me in Miami, the Bachelorette,
Oh yeah. It's on the flow.
man, listen, I can't.
So what did y'all do?
I keep it surface. I mean, we walked the strip.
Uh-huh.
We went to a hookah spot. We went to eat at this taco place right on the strip. Man, my homegirl, she was holding it down. That's all I could say. Everywhere we went, they was at her because she fine. Like
Right.
so.
I mean, but you always was with the fine girl crew.
Yeah, but of course, me getting ready to get married, I'm
You
like,
can't.
hey,
I'm trying
hey,
to.
we could kick it tonight, but don't touch me.
Right. Leave me alone. I'm no.
So we kicked it. Met a lot of people. Went to strip club. We went to KOD. Ain't that what it's called? No. Yeah.
Yeah, King of Diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went to Caramels or Caramels or something.
Don't know. Never been to Miami.
Each time, it don't
I
matter.
know about KOD though, but
when
I've
we
never
was
been
in
to Miami.
there, they was throwing the people who we was with. I swear to you, they probably spent about 50 racks, 50 to 100, just in there. So I'm looking like, okay, this is what people be doing in Miami. Like,
so like it's not even that. Like I've seen. It's just that's when some women make a life changing decision. Like, is it amateur night?
almost didn't come home.
You see what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's cool. Leave me out here for a couple months. I'm gonna run this up, and then I'm gonna be right back. I promise.
Text the hubby like your flight will be waiting for you. I need you to get on down here. But it was a good time. Like when I say it was a great time. We went to a nice little mansion and went to a pool party. And yeah, you can't disclose what happens, but
we play video games and read the Bible. So
these video games.
And maxed out on push-ups. That was it. Yeah.
I bet you did.
But so you talk about your husband and just relationships. So growing up, now we're in our what? Still are we considered mid-30s now?
I'm 29.
Wow. So that's where we at.
So
Because I can't ask that question.
How old
No, that's not the question I was going to ask. I was going to
am I?
ask,
I'm 21.
what age is it when you start going younger? Because I know you're not 29. I know that for a fact. I know for a fact you're not 29.
So what age
So
did I
what
start
age is it
going
when you was like,
younger?
you know what? I'm no longer in this club. I'm right
34.
here.
There was no age.
So are we technically like, is that mid 30s?
Yeah.
All right, that's whack for one.
Uh,
Um, and
I
that's
mean, but
kind of,
I still look good.
I ain't say that you
Like
didn't.
Savannah off of Waiting to Exhale.
Facts. Facts. But as far as relationships go, like I said, we're getting older and you seeing some of these younger girls coming up, and it seemed like they have a lot more relationship turmoil. So if you could speak on just maybe what works for you in your relationship, or how to make certain relationships work, because I know that's usually a big controversy right now in a lot of people's uh social media. Is just like, oh well, I'm with him and he ain't with me, or this, that, and the third.
Oh,
Like, okay, I
I'm
thought we
so
had
sick of
something
seeing
good.
that.
Yeah. So if you
Or
could give,
seeing women degrade men blatantly
oh
on.
wow, we don't, that's a whole 2 hour topic that I could talk about, because it works both ways. But if you can talk about just on a relationship standard, on maybe how, I know you're recently married, but y'all was dating for a while, correct? So just how, like, did y'all make that relationship work, and just up till now, like, if somebody wants to have a stable relationship, what should they do?
I mean, you got to be all in to an extent. Um, Now, piggybacking off of what you said initially, when it comes to these young girls, stop jumping at the glitz and the glam and the fame, like, because it's so quick. It seemed like the young girls want to jump straight to whoever's the it man at the moment,
Mm.
and that can be beneficial for you if you have the mindset to be a it woman, because a it woman has to be able to tolerate that or know how to handle that.
And vice versa.
Yeah, and vice versa. And so I feel like the young girls get themselves in these situations that they have no idea about, but it teach you um, by having patience and keeping things for yourself. I know with my relationship in particular, we were dating 3 years before we got married, although I've been knowing him since 2008, 7. That's when we first started dating.
Okay.
So the second time we started back dating was in 2018.
Okay.
And for that, he's really easy to love. Like his
So is that what it is for women? Just being a man that's easy to love. What makes a man easy to love?
when he be doing all that stuff that you be like, dang man, really out here doing this? Like he really out here complimenting me. He really out here bringing me flowers. He really out here not having no bicker about
I mean, most of
petty
that
stuff.
stuff seem. I mean, most of that stuff seem kind of natural. Like, even me, as I'm in the husband world now.
Hmm.
I don't know. Like, I think I play off of whatever your energy is.
So and
If
he
you're a,
doesn't.
like, if you are a flowers type of woman, then yeah, you know what I'm saying. But like my wife, she's not really a flowers type of. I think we're both easy to love. Like, it's been so much time invested back and forth that it was just like, I can see how people can be with each other for 70, 80 years.
I'm not easy to love.
You're a Taurus.
Yeah, I'm not easy to love. And because
It's understandable.
once you get me to a point of vulnerability and you get to see my super goofy, weird, crazy side,
Uh-huh.
like I'm all in. But you're not going to get that initially because I have to be at a place of security to even feel like I can let you see that part of me.
Right.
And for him, he accepted everything about me, flaws and all. And in the process, as a man, he never let himself go.
Mm.
Like he was stern about himself.
Mm-hmm.
He was stern. It wasn't, you see people out here being whipped and he
Trying
was,
to trying to change.
yeah, he's stern about who he is as a man. And he's so smart,
Like,
so
I can be me, you
you
can
can
be
be
you,
you. Yeah.
and then it can be us together.
Right. And he
Like,
gun hold about he ain't raising no kids. Like he be looking at me, what are you asking me for? You a grown woman. You know the consequences of the things that you do. I'm not about to be monitoring you. And you know how dudes be like, where you at? Get home. No, you can't do. No. He be like, if that make you feel good about yourself and that's what you want to do,
Yeah.
I don't want to hinder that. But the thing about that is, although it may be for me, what I have for me, that don't mean it don't make him feel some type of
Right.
way.
Facts.
Because it's what I'm doing to, like, he's stern on himself about who he is. He want me to be stern on myself about who I am. So
if you say you're doing this, then this is what you're doing. I'm trusting that you're doing that. And
yeah. Or if I want to like go out and have a nude photo shoot, he can either say I like it or I don't like it. Right. Now he definitely will put in an injection of nah, I don't want you to do that if it's really what. But at the end of the day, he'd be like, if that makes you feel good,
if that's really what you need to do, for you,
if that's what make you feel good about you, like it's called self-esteem.
Right. Facts.
Self-esteem of your motherfucking self. Like,
right.
So I love that about him because I don't feel like I have to guard or hide who I am or try to be something that I'm not, to be like this perfect wifey. You see people trying to wake up looking all pretty, and even though I do, but they just try to be perfect for a person because of the benefits that person has to offer. When in actuality, being your authentic self is the best thing you can be, because when times get really hard, then someone can appreciate knowing what you've been through. And when times are really good, they can appreciate knowing what you've been through to make it good.
Right.
And because I definitely don't be waking up every day looking like this. Okay.
I mean, like it definitely goes through that, and just over the years talking with different, the thing is, guys talk about this stuff. We actually do, like it's conversations like, bro, like I really like her, man. I don't know what to do. I don't think she like me. I think if I pour all of this into her, I'm gonna get laughed at, or it's gonna end up being a smack in the face, like. Or we've been in a relationship for so long, I feel like I'm fed up. But in my tripping, like the thing is, that I love my tight knit of friends, or what we call ourselves overall is the village. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a village to raise a child. We all got children, for the most part, and we all like pretty tight knit. You know what I'm saying? When we come together, we come together. If I'm bullshitting, they call me on it. Like, yo, I feel you, but you tripping on this one, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I got it, even though I can keep pushing the envelope, like, nah, bro, y'all tripping. Like, no, bro, it's you this time, bro. Like, so, and when it comes to a relationship, I've always tried to make sure I've told people that is that you got to go through the bad times with somebody. You know what I'm saying? If you don't go through the bad times with somebody, then you probably never gonna end up in a sustainable relationship. And everybody look at me like I'm crazy, because a lot of folks see me and my wife together and they like, man, I want what y'all got. Like, y'all just be chill. It's like, all right, we in the same room, but we still doing our own thing. But then there's certain moments where it's still like, okay, I see you, you see me. It's still in sync. You know what I mean? Right. It's like, oh man, but y'all so tight knit. Like, bro, do you know what the fuck we had to go through to get to this moment? Right. Like, do you know I couldn't stand this woman breathe at one point in time? They're like, nah, bro, y'all was never like that. I'm like, she couldn't stand me breathing. Like, I'm talking about sitting there and shit. Like, man, can you stop breathing so loud? Like, bro, what? Like, just little stuff. I'm like, until you can be that petty with somebody and still be there, then you're not ready for it. You're not ready for it. So, it's definitely an experience. It's definitely some bullshit. I will say that too. So, but being in the relationship is not for everybody. I do want to put that out there. So, because I tell my wife almost every time the conversation come up, I'm like, look, God forbid something happen and we have to break up or get a divorce or whatever.
You say that?
I'm single forever. Yeah. If it happened, it's just one of those like what ifs. Like, so like what if?
You can't say the what ifs because you put that in the atmosphere.
No, we say what ifs all the time. It don't even just be me. Sometimes
we said, what if that $1 million check come today?
Yeah, we talk about that shit too. We just talked about that the other day.
My Jeep Wrangler souped out the way I wanted to, just pull up in my driveway right now. What if his Tesla or his Cadillac truck just pull up in the driveway the way we wanted to, right? What ifs you need to be talking about?
No, it just be one of those you see something on social media and it's like,
or reality TV.
Yeah.
Oh, because we was sitting back watching Real Housewives of Potomac and Portia's family thing.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't watch reality TV.
Oh Lord.
But same thing. Like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool on all of that. The most reality.
We were both quiet, just watching how these people interact in their relationship. And it's interesting how, as a couple, us laying in a recliner chair with a blanket watching this, because I'll be thinking at any moment he's gonna be like, turn this shit
off.
Right. But when you see how people interact in their relationships on TV.
But see, I don't like watching that stuff because to me, it's like it's all scripted anyway. You gotta make good for TV. Like,
absolutely.
If you put me and my wife in a big house with other couples and just left us alone, then the only thing they're gonna say is like, bro, these niggas over here is petty. Petty. They ain't gonna say nothing. But they'll put some stuff in your shoe. Or you know what I'm saying? They just petty, like do something that we're like, oh, I didn't know you was eating, cook enough for everybody else, or fix something that you allergic to, so now you can't have none. Like, oh, my fault. Well, you got to order out because that's all I made. Like, they petty. Like, like that's it. But as far as the other stuff entertaining for TV, like, nah.
Well, it's not even so much as the overall thing about it. The thing about it is, I think it comes down to gender roles and realizing how men think and how women think, and watching how they interact with each other. Reality TV is only so much scripting you can do.
True.
You know, and I think that they set up certain stuff for drama, but it's only so much you can do. So I think for us, we find it intriguing to see how the man reacts being this high profile person and how the woman reacts being this high profile person, and we just be looking at each other like it'd be moments like, where we look at each other like, hey, clowning.
Right,
like,
it'd be wild.
It's ridiculous. But also it's parts where when they have those heartfelt testimonials where you get to see, oh, this is how women feel, or oh, this is how men feel. And in those moments, I think that we benefit from that.
I mean, that's cool, especially if you can see it on that side effect, like where you're looking at it like that. Some people look at reality TV like, oh, this is how we supposed to live. Like,
now, don't get me wrong, I get off the phone, we get done watching it, and I'll be like, yeah, I need some Prada boots that I just ordered the other day. Like, you know what I mean? We get off, I'll be like, yeah, so we're going to sell this house, and we're going to move over to the mansion in Upper Arlington in Columbus, and we're going to rent this one out because, you know,
that's what we're gonna do.
We bougie. Yeah. Can't call it bougie, but it be looking like he don't pay no attention.
That's cool. I think that's a fact for marriage.
Yeah, he until I bring some forms for him to sign. Some
factual information.
Yeah, he be looking at me like,
hey, look, I think that's a key to a great marriage and a great relationship, because my wife say some stuff and I'll just be looking like, all right. Like, do you agree with that? I'm like, all right. Like, what does that mean? All right. But I'm like, you gotta, are you being serious or are you just talking? Because if you're just talking, I'm gonna just hit you with the all right.
He just hit me with the that sounds good, but you ain't in no position to do that right now. Like,
or that.
Yeah. You didn't watch for real. You didn't watch reality TV and think that this is how you're supposed to live, and that's not your reality. Like, you're right. I'm gonna bring it down to a 2.
But wouldn't it be nice if we did though?
Wouldn't it be nice if that $1 million check just came in the mail?
Man, if I get $1 million check right now, we already talked about it. My brother was here, and I ain't gonna lie, we was chilling. I don't even know how the situation came up, but I'm like, man, if I hit right now, somebody dropped off $1 million plus right now, I'm gone. I'm a call. I don't know, but I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna be somewhere with some sand. Quick.
$1 million? $1
million plus.
You gonna live there?
Yeah, I'm out. I'm leaving.
Go to Bora Bora.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna give. Well, what we was talking about, it was more than just a million. I can't remember the exact number that we was actually talking about, but it was more than $1 million. And it was just the fact of, I'm like, all my brothers that I kick it with, I know y'all got families, so some of them I'm gonna hit them up, let them know
Right.
this is the move. Are you coming?
Or not.
And you got like probably like within a couple of hours to respond. Because if you don't respond in enough time, if you hit me back 24, 48 hours later, we gone. We already gone. Like I'm talking
Right.
about
A million
house,
ain't enough, bro.
house still standing still. Finish paying off this house, and I'm gone.
No.
And then I'm gonna rent this out. I'm gone. At least it might even just be for a vacation, but I'm gone.
A million, like people be making it seem like
A
a
million
million.
ain't.
It ain't no
Nah,
money.
it ain't.
It ain't no money. Like, so I ain't going nowhere on a million. Now you give me about 200 million or 10 million.
But it depends on what you're looking for too. Like if you're looking
I'm
for
looking to make that million 10 million. And
facts,
in order to make that million 10 million, I can't go nowhere.
facts, because you got to spend that whole
You
million.
got to spend that in your city and turn it into residual income and let that build up. And then once I hit that 10 million, boom.
See now you're talking about being responsible. Now when we was first talking about it, I wasn't being responsible for nothing. Now if you speaking like actual factual shit, like if I got to it, I'm like, hey babe, we leaving, we out of here. And then she like, hey, look, check it, just
slow it down.
chill. And then I actually get to sit in here and I'm like, all right, cool. All right. Scrap all that.
House
We're gonna take a vacation though, but we
20% of a million. Like, so after paying that mug off,
right,
and then get whatever cars we gonna get, that's another 20. You have 40%.
So yeah.
And then after that, you
See,
talk about paying off debt.
My thing is that like a lot of people don't know this either. It's a fun fact. A lot of people don't know this part either. But yeah, a couple years ago, like I went through $90,000. Not went through like I did bad with it, but you know, I think I made a lot of smart investments with that. And I think by doing those smart investment with $90,000, I think me with $1 million is damn near perfect, and I'm still leaving. I might not go to somewhere. I ain't gonna go get me no mansion or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I'll get me something that I'll definitely get me something. If me knowing me and just where I'm at now in life, if I can't get something I can pay cash for, like pay it off, boom, then I'm not getting it. So, and I did the same thing when I got that because, you know, for some unfortunate events, you know, my mom passed and left me some money, RIP. But and one, I wasn't in the right headspace. So like I had it and it wasn't even 90, like it accumulated the longer I waited. So I ended up running into a family member because they started calling people like, so they're like, hey, you know, you got some money. I'm like, damn. I'm like, I should have just took it. Cause you know, as soon as certain people hear that you got money, phone off the hook, you know. So, but I think I did solid with it. You know what I'm saying? First, I ain't gonna lie. First day we went out to eat.
Yeah,
whoever was around me that day, I'm like, what y'all about to do? And they're like, nothing. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, we all about to go get something to eat. Y'all ready? We eating good. They're like, well, nah, I ain't asked you nothing. We just hit. Let's go. But you know, I made some smart investments. You know what I'm saying? I helped start my business. I helped start get this house, pay this mostly off. I think I got about 2.5 years left to pay this off.
Awesome.
So I didn't have to go through a 15-year, 30-year type mortgage or anything like that.
That's awesome.
I own
the benefits of life insurance.
Yeah. And I own the car. I totaled mine that I got, which sucked because I didn't really total it. I sold it and I probably should have just got it fixed because I missed my truck. But I got outright. I got 2 cars outright. You know what I mean? They ours. And
so
it
money was well spent.
Yeah, it was well spent. But I also still think back, like it's a couple thousand in there that I wasted. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
who ain't gonna waste it?
Yeah, I blew some stuff.
Going straight to the ball.
I didn't do that.
No, I'm wiping out this whole closet.
See, I did.
Put all new shit, and
I did not do it that way.
For the interviews that I'm about to go into to make life changes.
Right.
I would personally pay off our house and rent it out because that's an easy $1,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would buy properties like apartment buildings, and because I know to connect to.
See, I think
not facilitate, but to manage that. You know what I mean, or like to do the maintenance for it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That part. That.
See, what I think is, man, when these people get money, or if you get a lump sum or whatever the case may be, it's about where you are at in life. Because sometimes you get some money and like, yeah, you have ideas, but that might not be where you at. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, because when I first got the money, I still want to go into real estate, but I couldn't go into real estate right then. Yeah. What I had to do is secure my location. You know what I mean? So, but now I'm in the position to where if something happens, I get a lump sum of that type of magnitude or greater. Now I'm in the position where now moves can be made. I don't have to secure a spot for me. Now I can start securing another avenue of income. You know what I'm saying? So I think it just all depends on where you at. And sometimes when you're in the lane to trying to secure you a spot, you know what I'm saying, and get into the door, it makes it hard for you because it's like, I got this money. Like, am I really using it wise enough? Because I'm trying to get me something. Right. But what I tell people with that situation is, and it's something I learned. I took this business class. Used to be at the Action Building downtown. And no lie, I want to say the Ohio Action Building. That's what it was called. And they used to have a class. I don't know if they still do it or not, but it used to help you get your business plan together and all of that type of stuff. Nice. Heard about it. I was fresh. That's back when I was still trying to do a magazine. A lot of people don't know that either. I started out trying to do a magazine before I did a podcast, and that just didn't work out. And then I was able to just do a podcast, so I could still push out, whatever content I wanted to push with less work, basically. So, but I used to go down there. I used to walk. I'm not going to even tell you where I walked from, but I used to walk.
Where you walk from?
Salem, all the way down. Up by Good Sam, all the way through downtown.
Sheesh.
But it was something that I wanted to do. Like, wasn't nobody forcing me. It wasn't a requirement.
Right.
It was information that I wanted to learn and take in. So it was either, because that's just where I was in life at then. It was like, all right, cool. I got bus money, but I got one-way bus money.
Of course, right.
So, all right, I'm going to walk down there, but I'm going to catch the bus back.
I used to get cool with RTA drivers.
I knew a couple back when I was catching the bus.
Hey, give me some transfers. Like, give me some transfers so I can get to where I'll be riding the bus all day on the transfer. Like, now.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be like that when I was growing up, but once I got a little bit older, I stopped riding the bus. You know what I mean? So I didn't have those type of connections. But the thing is that I did what I had to do for the position that I was in.
Yeah.
And then once I did, and I was into a greater position, then I made those moves according to what I was in. And I just think that sometimes, man, us as individuals, especially coming from an urban community and from the hood, it's like we catch a break and we try to run with it instead of doing exactly what we supposed to do. Like
that's what I love about my husband, because he's so, when I say he the coolest dude, and he's so smart and level-headed, and anything that comes out of his mouth be facts, bro. Mm. So I might get, say, a $1,500 contract. Let's just throw a number out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be thinking like, oh, I'm about to do this, and this. After buying what I need for the business, this is what I'm about to do. But his mindset be, now, why would you go and do all that when you can free up this over here and have the means to do that later?
Right.
You know what I mean?
See that, and that's the way I think now. Like within the last maybe five. I'll say 5 to 7 years.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I just started moving a different way. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It was just the fact of like I literally had to take a step back and look at what I was trying to do with my life. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know. Like I said, we grew up wild. In middle school, we was wild and we did a lot of wild stuff. High school, we did a lot of wild stuff. Early 20s, we was still wild. You know what I mean?
You don't even know. You don't even know.
But
The early 20s.
I know I can just only talk about my early 20s.
I can only talk about mine too.
Cause you went to college, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to Tennessee State.
See?
And then I came back home to Tennessee State. I should have stayed. I
Okay.
should have never come home.
Oh man.
My roommate, she was on some other stuff, right? She introduced me to the game and got me popping. And I really won't put her out there like that because now she got her own law firm and stuff.
Oh man, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to her. She was putting me on to game. White girl at a HBCU.
That's why she a lawyer.
That's why she know what she doing, right? But when I say I should have never came home, I came home because it was so hard, but I started hustling in and I was really making more money to be able to support myself. I should have stayed.
See, the thing is, for me, is I didn't go to college.
And that's okay.
Yeah, trust me, I'm not mad. I'm not sitting here like thinking that I wish I would have went to college. Yeah. I wanted to go to college for 3 reasons. Do you know what they are? I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay. Women, for one.
Yeah.
Networking?
No, we talking about after high school, going into college. No. We good.
Hey girl, hey. Knowledge?
No. I was not going to college.
What was you going to college for? Because
I wanted to go women, like you said, more the merrier. Play ball and pledge. That's the only reasons why I wanted to go to college. I wanted to pledge.
I still want to pledge.
I still want to pledge too, but I know how much it takes a lot of money. If you don't get it in school, it takes somebody in there too. I know a cousin, one of my cousins, I can't remember what for maternity she wanted to pledge in or whatever. Fraternity. I'm sorry. Thank you. I said what I said. Maternity.
I got pregnant instantly. Like, oh. I'm still pledging.
But she, I can't remember if she ended up getting in or not. I want to say she didn't. But she still I know she's been trying for years. So I don't know if she eventually got in. Going to different events, supporting, wearing the colors, spending money, paying dues.
It changes your life. Associating yourself.
It does, but it's like it just seemed like watching her go through it from not pledging in college, and I heard it's a lot of not restrictions, there's a lot of requirements that it takes to pledge in it. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of us don't know. Like I didn't know that growing up. Like growing up, I thought, boom, I go to this school, I say I want to pledge, I write my name down, say, hey, I want to pledge here. All right, cool. I'm gonna pledge. You know what I'm saying?
2005, when I was at TSU, mind you, one of the
I heard
pinch myself.
I heard about TSU.
TSU was great.
See, I went to a lot of colleges,
but they was for real.
I never attended any, but I went to. I've been to O State, OU, Toledo, Central, Wilberforce, Wright State.
What do you mean when you say that though? Like you went, but you didn't attend.
I went to visit people and I kicked it there.
Who ain't been to all the colleges then?
Hey, it's a lot of people that didn't go. A lot of people was like, "Oh, I don't go to that school." Like we used to spend weeks. I spent like 2 weeks at O State. And they was like they in schools. Whoever I'm kicking it with had to go to class. Like I'm just there, lingering around. Like my dude was at Cincinnati. Like I'm getting people's meal cards. We
Yeah.
eating, we in the gym, we swiping stuff like
Campus moochers. We had this girl like that
I
at
didn't know it was
TSU.
I didn't know it was a term for us,
I
but
just made that up. But
I like that term. That's a term. That's a term for how we was. Me, Ev.
We had this guy like that at TSU, and he was like 34, so he our age. So imagine us kicking it with some 19-year-olds.
I can't do it.
No, bruh. And he was okay, but he would come and he'd be selling like the fly stuff, like back in the day, what the designer stuff or whatever.
So he was doing more of a hustle.
Yeah, he would sell like weed and stuff, but he was trying to be too associated, like with the girls, and that's what made him like a
creep. Right.
Like you just linger, and they knew who he was. The whole campus faculty knew who he was because it's like you can hear him on the walkie-talkie. Such and such is over there by Wilson Dorm, and like he needs to get off campus. But yeah, I remember him. He messed up my college sweetheart. Yep. But nonetheless.
I mean, man. Yeah, just growing up, we had a lot of crazy times, man. A lot of crazy times. But everybody done kind of settled down now.
Speak for yourself.
All right.
I ain't settled down. I mean, I'll settle down. I'm married.
Right.
In that case,
but you're not settled down.
In the sense of like enjoying life?
No, in the sense of not as wild as you was when you was 22.
No, I'm not as wild as I was when I was.
Right. So settle down a little bit.
Yeah, I guess I am a little old. I only come out the house probably twice a week.
Well, yeah, that's kind of goes in that category because the older you get, the less you really feel like being a part of the public.
Hey, bro, and I feel like this house is an investment. We didn't buy all of this space to be leaving all the time.
Right.
If anybody wants to bring money, they can come here. But I realize sometimes you got to go out and get it. So
definitely. And we got a comment, Tasha
Wilder.
Yes,
that's my fan.
She said, "Hey y'all, what's up, Tasha?
What's up, girl? That's my friend."
She's still my friend, but we used to be real good friends before y'all traded and went to Dunbar. But it's all right, it's okay. I still love y'all.
Anyways, yeah, that's my homegirl. She's awesome. Like she's still the same too.
So before we close it out, we pushing a little over an hour.
Okay.
It was great having you here.
Thank you.
Before we get out, is there anything that pertaining to your business? Got anything upcoming? Anything that people need to look out for?
So right now, I'm still in the refurbishing phase. However, I'm always open to new clients who want to start their own cosmetics. They can always visit www.chemist-ti-cosmetics.com or visit us on Facebook at Chemist T Cosmetics, Instagram, Chemist_TI Cosmetics _cosmetics.com or Instagram. Right now, the goal is to get a warehouse. That's where I'm at. The goal is to really become like the manufacturer. So I am currently working on those who have their own formulas and everything that they already need to provide their product. Allow me to package it and formulate it for you. So that's something that we're looking to offer, so that you don't have to do your packaging for yourself.
Okay, so quick question. So when you say like new clients, right? So what would someone need to be thinking about if they wanted to be a client of yours? Like, is this something like they're pushing out products, or is it something like, oh, I just want to have my own personal collection of cosmetics?
So initially, they have to have want to have their own cosmetic line, and I have some people who already have it
online in general.
Online for them, and they come to me and say, "Hey, this is what I want. I want a shampoo, conditioner, edge tamer, this," and we consult about it. They can schedule a consultation on our website, And then after that, I let them know what the formulation will be and how long that will take. Once we go through that formulation phase and they are satisfied with the samples that I send them, and they're able to revise them, change the smell, the color, the texture, I keep sending them samples. Once they're happy with that, then we move on to the contract phase. So basically saying that your samples, you're satisfied with them, you want to package this up and sell it. Move on to the contract phase, and at that point, we have discussed how they get their packaging, their labeling, and they do all their marketing for their brand. And I just provide the product. I fill up their packaging and sell it. And how long that will take. Other than that, I am offering a service once I get my paperwork correct for, non-disclosure purposes of someone already having their formula. Because I realize there are companies out here who, or factories or chemists, who take on clients, say, who has a body butter line.
Mhm.
And you're filling your own body butters. And that takes time. Or it takes for you to pay employees or whatever. I want to be that person who takes the formula that you have, I mix it, master it to your standards, and fill your packaging for you and label it for you and do all the head work. Like I order your packaging, I order your labeling, I order your product, fill it for you, and all you got to do is come pick up a box.
Like beard oil.
Yeah. Like beard oil.
But that's a quick shout out to First Class Beard Oil as well. But no, so I get that. I get that a lot because I'm kind of doing the same thing.
Okay.
With the beard oil, shampoo,
Yeah.
all of that whole thing. So
Yeah.
that's definitely dope. So anybody, especially if you're listening and you're looking into that as far as getting your own cosmetic line or anything like that, please make sure that you hit her up so y'all can go over all the logistics on it. You know what I mean? And cross all the T's and dot all the I's and, sign a contract and get everything going. Because, like I said, just growing up and seeing my friends doing stuff, I always want to be able to support.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of us that people are doing stuff that is not in my pay bracket right now, and I'm proud of them. I'm proud of shit. I'm like, oh, you doing your thing, but I'm sorry, dog. I can't support, but what I can do, I can share and I can tell somebody else about it and maybe they can buy. You know what I'm saying? Like you out of my price range, but that's what's up. It's definitely dope.
And like Chemist Tea Cosmetics tries to make it affordable for people.
Uh,
Like we use Sizzle on our website so that if you need to make increments of payments, you can. And I work with people because I'm a person. I'm a mother, or not in the moment, but still I know the struggles as being a mother, a wife, having a life, having a job. So I definitely try to work with people and be there for them and make it
well, look,
personable.
I know I told you when we was getting started that we was going live, right?
Yeah.
So we got a comment.
Okay.
And this comment is specifically for you, so I'm gonna show it so it can pop up on air. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Sparkle. Kim is gravely is the truth. We have used her professionally and pleased with her work. No
Yeah,
doubt.
that's my girl. Shout out to Sparkle. I feel like, hey, thank you. Thank you so much because like I really be striving to get because where my money come from is the RIA.
Mm-hmm.
Like the RIA is real. When you can get those clients where you created a formula
Mm-hmm.
that works for what they like when they ask you for something and you made a formula from scratch. I didn't look at no book. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't, we might have looked at another product or something, which most people do. And I made it from scratch and it works for them.
Look
Like I
at
have a
basically you saying
reflexologist.
like look at something just to get a basis of what you did.
Yeah.
But then from what I read from here, I'm gonna create my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been phenomenal. So to have those people who close those contracts, all they gotta do is come back. Hey, I need 50 units. Hey, I need 200 units. Hey, I need 300. And whatever you need. Like so.
Hey, I
Big
ain't
shout
gonna
out
lie,
to
that's
Sparkle.
that's
Yeah,
dope. It's
I
definitely
love
dope.
it. I love it. I love it so much. I mean, I dedicated my whole basement to it.
I'm
Just shout
close.
out.
I got another half of mine that's dedicated to my extra work as well, which I don't show people because
Yeah,
it's crazy back there.
that's cool.
But I'm pretty sure you know how that get down.
Yeah,
Like you,
like half. Okay, so a third of yeah, third of my basement is what we are putting to the side for like come downstairs and sit, don't come sit on our cute furniture
right?
type area and watch TV and play video games. And then 2/3 of the basement, which because the house is so big, that's a lot of space that I
Mhm.
don't even fill up yet. So that is dedicated to the lab. And currently we are investing in ventilation because of
But it could be
yeah,
your work. Yeah,
yeah, because using chemicals or moving
you
into
got to
another phase, you gotta suck it out and push it out.
have
Yeah.
to
So, and then
have
the
to.
next step is
So
the
now,
warehouse.
quick question. Well, she did leave another comment. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up real quick.
Yeah.
It said, thank you, Kim Miss Gravely.
Yes. So Sparkle and her daughter, like I love how Sparkle allows her daughter to be her business, like teach her to this is what you gotta pay for the business, this is how you gotta re-up for it, this is what you need. So I love that and
The
I
funny
support that
thing
so
is,
much.
is when you say that, that's what I was gonna do for my daughter and my nieces. Is that when you had
Kids,
the kids,
which I still got, I
you
just
still
don't promote them.
okay, you still got them?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I might talk to her again about them because I didn't know if that stopped or anything like that. Because I know COVID happened,
Yeah.
and it was just unfortunate. Because I
Yeah.
think that real deal is that if COVID wouldn't have happened, that would have took off a lot more. Because I was definitely gonna at least buy my daughter and my nieces their first kit,
Yeah.
and because I had already had talked to her, and I was like, "Hey, listen, school's about to start up. You getting older. I need you to find something that work. Now, your dad and your mom, we're trying to work for ourselves.
Right.
So instead of us just doing like, my kids really don't bother me down here. They're like, hey, dad's downstairs.
Yeah.
If I tell them I'm like, hey, look, I got a podcast coming. I give them a warning call, like, hey, listen, all the extra stuff, either go outside or y'all gonna have to kill it. I'm
But
about to
they
be
need
on
their
there.
own business, so they come down here like, yeah, I got mine.
No, see,
This.
but I tell her that, and she know because we do t-shirts. Speaking of
Okay.
t-shirts, I made this shirt.
Oh, nice. That's real nice.
Thank you.
I was
Um,
looking like it's cute on the bare side.
and nobody, and nobody really see it, but not so she's made her own shirt, but I had to bring her down to let her know like, hey, this is what is going down. We down here making t-shirts. We down here making
Right.
beard oil, shampoo, beard butter. Down here doing podcasts. She said that she want to do a YouTube stream, get her a YouTube channel. I'm like, this is the stuff that's going on down here. So you might want to venture down here, ask your dad some questions, ask your mom some questions. And one thing with your cosmetic line, with your lip gloss line, is that I'm like, look, this is going to be yours. So
And so much more.
once you do it, you got to figure out how much it costs, how much it take for you to re-back up, how much, all of that stuff.
Eyeshadows, bronzers, foundation,
Yeah.
shampoos, conditioners,
And
hair
my
stains,
niece also
relaxers.
does hair. She been doing my locks off and on over the last couple of months.
Okay.
So she does hair, and she's getting into that whole cosmetology thing.
That part.
So it's like, all right, that's cool. I'm trying to let them know, y'all cousins, y'all sisters, y'all of
Figure
this.
it out together.
If y'all figure out how to make everybody's talents work, then y'all can run with it.
Right.
And the earlier y'all figuring out, like, are y'all not understanding that it's kids y'all age that's turning into multimillionaires
Hmm.
because they had a dream and their parents are standing on their dream and helping it come to fruition? You have those type of parents. Like, I'm not gonna force you to just like, hey, make a multi-million right
Right,
now.
right,
Like,
right, right.
I'm gonna trap you in your room until you create an idea. Nah, nah. I want you to do it yourself, but I'm just letting you know you have those opportunities.
And the tools to do
Yeah.
what you need to do to get it. So yeah, I
So if you
definitely
want to do
will.
it, like I told her, like if you want to do a t-shirt business, yeah, but you got to figure out a way to buy these t-shirts. Either that's
You
gonna
gotta
up.
teach her. You can't tell her to figure it out.
Yeah, but no,
You gotta
but
guide her.
at the end of the day, you still gonna have to learn. You're
Yeah,
gonna have
she's
to.
gotta
You're
learn
gonna
how
have
to
to
teach
want to.
her.
You're gonna have to want to learn.
Yeah.
So people, I don't know. People look at me a little bit different by the way I teach certain things. Now, cause I grew up a sports guy, it's like I show you. After I show you, then you got to do it.
Yeah.
Then you got to do it again.
Yeah. No. See
Then you got to do
me,
it again.
this is how I teach. I'm gonna show you. Then I'm gonna have you show me what I showed you.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna correct you on what you did wrong on what you showed me that I showed you.
Then you're gonna have to
And
show
then
me
when
again.
you gonna have to keep showing me until you master it.
Yeah,
And after
keep
you
showing.
master it, get out my face. Bro.
Yeah.
Go do
So
what I just told you to
yeah.
do 10 times and you
So
still ain't doing it.
what I mean by figure it out, I mean like I'm not gonna give you the blueprint for your stuff. We can work on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we is there anything else you want to say? Is there any other way that they can get in contact with you if they want to be potential clients or anything like that
Yeah,
before we get up out of
absolutely.
here?
I give out my number 937-369-8722. You can call for inquiries. However, I will not get into too much detail because consultations, that is my time. So the best way is www.chemist-ticosmetics.com. That's www.chemistmetics.com. So
Not looking at me like I'm supposed to know.
Chemist-ticosmetics.com. That's the best way.
All right, cool. Hey, well, listen, it was dope having you here. I appreciate it. Wish I had a round of applause button, but we could do it ourselves. You know what I mean? So we all in. It was great to have you here. I definitely appreciate it. Like I said, we've been kind of repeating all show. It's great to have friends that you grew up with doing big things. I can help support you. You can help support me. We can help support each other, and move on. I wish nothing but the greatest for you.
Thank you.
And
same to you for real.
thank you.
Because my sister, she own it. Like she gonna be on that podcast.
With me?
Yeah. See, she was supposed to come down here today, but I ended up coming up early. So yeah.
And listen, we look like you said how traffic hit. Remember you said that earlier? Traffic been hitting.
Yeah.
Like I did one interview, then I did another interview, then it was like, hey, I want to be on.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. And but like I said, I appreciate you being here. And everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comments, your concerns, your words of information, or everything that y'all put in the comments and concerns. This is First Class Podcast Interviews, and this is Tia Gravely or Chemist T.
Chemist T.
And this your boy Carter, and we out.